Artificial intelligence tools for Amazon sellers are on the wave. It is getting popular. And if you use the right tools, you can drive more external traffic to your Amazon product listings. For example, using AI tools, you can quickly generate social media posts, collaborate with influencers, and even use email marketing to promote your Amazon products. And in this video, Rob Stanley from Getida will show you exactly what tools to use, how to use them, and how you can take advantage of AI to bring more external traffic to your products. And if you would like to use Getida as your reimbursement service, check the link below in the description.
Hi, Rob. Thank you for joining me here today on Orange Klik YouTube channel to talk about some different AI tools Amazon sellers could use to drive external traffic to their Amazon listings. I already know who you are and what Getida is and how do you help Amazon sellers, but still, let's go over your introduction and let's new people know what do you do and how do you help sellers.
Sure, absolutely. So yeah, I'm Rob Stanley, also known as the Money Man, and I'm the chief evangelist for Getida. So what Getida does, we help Amazon FBA sellers with refunds and reimbursements. Sometimes when there's issues in the warehouse or, inbound type issues, or things gets damaged or, lost in the warehouse, we help you get refunds back for that. That's what Getida does. And like you said, today we are going to talk about driving external traffic to your Amazon listing, leveraging AI programs. So I'm not only going to tell you how to drive that traffic, but we're also going to actually tell you the programs that will kind of help you do that. And that's just a quick background on myself. I sold online for over 20 years, exited in 2018. And along that journey of those 20 years of selling, I had an amazing YouTube channel that had over 50 million views on it that I also sold during that 2018 exit.
Okay, yeah, we were just talking behind the screen or behind the recording, like how many videos you have done in your life, because you're a very seasoned speaker already. But I really like that you were putting together a presentation for today to actually help sellers so that they could do some of those things by themselves. So I know you prepared a presentation, so go ahead, share your screen, and we're excited to learn from you.
So one of the first things you want to do that I see a lot of people do is, they get these products, they put them up on Amazon, they start selling it, and they don't utilize their own social media for their own products. So I think what, some sellers need to do is go ahead and utilize social media. So share your Amazon listings on your social media channels, because you just never know where that person's going to come from that's going to buy it. And maybe it's somebody who's a friend of yours, and then they have another friend who actually sees it and then could go ahead and maybe come and buy your item from you. So one of the things you could do, and this is a really cool AI program, it's called contentstudio.io. And this will help with Instagram captions, tweet ideas, quotes, and more. And this will kind of like give you that boost you need. Because if you're trying to figure out like, what am I going to put on social media that's going to help me kind of, tell people about my product? And I don't know necessarily how to create the content. This is a great little AI program called contentstudio.io. Now, just to go a little further on this, make sure you share it on all social media. Maybe not necessarily LinkedIn, unless it somehow is related to LinkedIn because it's more of a business platform. And I think I forget one symbol in there. I have the Twitter symbol, which should be an X. And let's not forget Threads, of course, is also a new one. I'll have to update that slide. So things are always changing in the social media world. So,
and I think with Twitter, it will take some time. So everybody will understand.
Yeah, exactly. I'm everything I keep reading says Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. I think we could start using X now. We're all starting to know what it is. So, but I will get into Threads a little bit more in a further slide. And then one thing I do want to mention is, with Amazon, I always kind of look at Amazon as people go to shop, right? So people always go to shop. So keep that in mind when we're going through some of these slides. And then also keep in mind, once they've shopped and want to know more about your brand or your product, they usually go to Google to kind of search about your brand or product. So keep that in mind as we're going through these slides, because that will come up a little bit. So second, I would say collaborate with influencers or work with influencers. There's some amazing influencers out there. Partners with these influencers that are in your industry to help showcase your products and provide a link to your Amazon listing in their blog posts, videos, or social media. Now, if you're looking for an influencer, this isn't always easy, right? So everybody's always like, hey, where do I find these influencers, or how do I get a hold of them? So one of the places I would go is influencermarketinghub.com. Has a lot of great content in there on how to find influencers. I always like to use the example of like a camping stove. If I was selling camping stoves, I would probably personally get on YouTube and start finding people that are talking about camping, or maybe they're going 4-wheel driving and they're also camping. So kind of look for outside the box type of influencers. If you don't have a lot of money, some of these kind of micro or smaller influencers will sometimes do it just for the price of the, or not the price, but just for the product. So if you sent them the product, ask them to do a video on it, they might do it just for that product to get it. Now, remember, a lot of these influencers are also looking for content. They have to always constantly be making content, and that's how they build up their base of followers. Don't go too skewed, right? Don't go too far out there on somebody who's not necessarily a camper or doing camping. In my case of selling camping supplies or maybe camping stoves. Don't go out there just because the person has millions and millions of followers when they're not necessarily the target, because the people following them may not be your target audience. So I would start with the smaller ones, especially people that are up and coming, and go with something like that when it comes to finding influencers. Paid advertising. I think, a lot of people still are not doing paid advertising. Specifically for me, Google paid ads are always great. Facebook paid ads. So run those paid ads on, like we just mentioned, Google, Facebook, AdWords. And then of course on Amazon's own advertising platform, make sure you're running ads on there to increase your visibility and drive some more traffic to your listings. And just kind of backing up a little bit to those Google AdWords, so underutilized. People just, again, we had that whole conversation about people, obviously go and shop on Amazon, but there's still a lot of people that Google stuff, to look for it. So it's always good to have those Google ads running. And then of course you could also point those Google ads to your Amazon listing. And by the way, Amazon actually likes that. It could actually help with your ranking. So by running a Google ad and then pointing people directly to your Amazon listing, Amazon will actually look at that. That's external traffic coming in, and they actually will help your ranking. They like to see that external traffic coming in to buy your product on their site. So one of the things you could do as far as creating and optimizing Facebook, Instagram, and Google ads is check out Peachly, PEACHLYAI.XYZ. I know that's kind of a funky URL, but it's a pretty good one. A lot of these I've either learned about from different people who are using them, or some of them I'm using myself. Not this one in particular. I haven't sold since 2018, but check this one out. It's a funky name, but take a look. I think it can help you out when it comes to paid ads. So let's keep moving. So email marketing. Email marketing never went away. Everybody said, oh, it slowed down or it went away. No way. Kevin King even is back on email marketing, and he's really pushing it hard. And I totally agree. It should have never stopped. So be sure to include a link to your Amazon listings in your email, newsletter, and promotional emails to drive traffic to your listings. Again, I'm not going to go into about kind of building that email list, from people who are buying or selling on Amazon, and then you got buyers who are coming in through Amazon. There's a lot of ways to do that. I'm sure there's somewhere in the Orange Click archives that will tell you more about building an email list. But just go ahead and utilize it. Even if it's the smallest, even if it's 5, 10, 20 people that you're getting started with, you never know, because the success rate of those people that are in your email list, they've already been loyal to you. They already bought your product. They've already know more about your company. Again, going back to, if I'm selling that camping stove, maybe I'm selling an LED camping light, right? So I want to hit them up, and here's the new features. I just released it on Amazon. You can still push them to that Amazon listing to buy from. But, take a look at, when it comes to AI and help on this, mails.ai. This will help you automate AI-driven email campaigns. So if you're not sure on how to do these email campaigns or what's effective, this will automatically help you get started on this and get your email campaigns going. So hopefully that helps you out, because that's a really good one. And a lot of people are starting to come back around to the whole email marketing. Participate in online communities. So I am going to emphasize to be careful on this, because if you come into, say, like a Reddit forum and you just start plugging your product, they're going to kick you out. And that's probably true on any forums. Go into these ones that you're passionate about that's related to your product. So in my case, I would go into some camping ones, anything related to camping, or again, thinking outside of the box, maybe it's like a four-wheel drive type of group, and they are talking about camping. They go out four-wheel driving, and they also do camping. I might be in there and just kind of listen in and understand things. Try to become like an expert, or at least somebody who's helpful in that group. So maybe you're giving out tips or hints. Again, you're not plugging your product. You're becoming established in those groups as like a go-to person that is at least participating and joining in the group, maybe making suggestions, or like, hey, I found this, or go check this out, or this website. And what you could always do is maybe in your signature, maybe link to your products, or maybe somebody will come in there and ask you, or if it happens to be relevant and it's very specific, somebody says, man, I've been looking for a camping stove that does XYZ, and my camping stove happens to do that. I can say, hey, I do have a camping stove. I am promoting this. Here it is. And it does offer what you're asking. And it's a very specific answer to a question that somebody has. So basically, don't go in there and start spamming is what we're getting at. So when it comes to kind of the AI that's involved in that, take a look at ddevi.com. Automates monitoring, outreach, content scheduling for Facebook groups and social media. I don't think Reddit's included on there, but there's still a lot of great Facebook groups and a lot of good social media this could help you with. So that's definitely something you might want to do. And hopefully you're building up this group of people that within these communities that kind of see you as a person that participates all the time, isn't involved in that community. All right. So Pinterest is so underutilized. I see this all the time. So Pinterest did make some changes that you could actually pin products and link it to your Amazon listing. So you can create these really visual, appealing pins, and then of course, link them to your Amazon listing. Now, here's one thing I get asked a lot is, well, yeah, I've got the 7 images on my Amazon listing. I could post those. Well, what if I told you there was a way you could take your product, isolate that product, and literally within seconds, put it into hundreds of different visual images, and you could describe the way you want that image. So I want to see an image of my camping stove on a picnic table with a tent behind it in the forest in a camping spot, and maybe an RV in the background or something like that. And this great AI program called Ecompetent, or Ecomtent, it's actually Ecompetent.ai, will quickly generate high quality lifestyle photos with your products. I've actually had them on my podcast, did a whole video with them. Super cool. Now, this is like really cutting edge stuff. Some of the images are so-so, but again, you're creating hundreds of them, so I'm sure you could find some. And also, it is based on how well you put in the information to tell it and describe exactly the scene you want this to be. Give it a try. It's super cool. Actually, my wife's been using it for her products, and really cool stuff. And again, you create like 50 pins in a couple minutes and start posting those up, scheduled to post those up into Pinterest. And of course, don't forget to link back to your Amazon listing on that. So give that a look. YouTube, probably could do a whole hour on YouTube. In fact, I think I have done a whole hour on YouTube. Go find that video on Orange Klik, because that's very extensive, and I have a very extensive background in YouTube. But just for real quick, if you don't have a YouTube channel that is dedicated to your brand, I would go create a YouTube channel that's dedicated to your brand and start showcasing your products. If you do not have a Amazon a video on your Amazon listing, you're way behind. Odds are you probably do. Take that as your starter video to go over to YouTube, get that channel created, put that first video up there, and then start creating other videos. So maybe on the camping stove, I'm showing how to hook up the propane tank to it, how to light the camping stove. Those are all separate videos, by the way. Every little feature could be a separate video. And then, of course, do one big video that shows all the features in one. Or maybe you shoot that one first and then break it up into other videos that show all the features of your product, how it's being used, how people use it. I would definitely do that. So take a look at, once you've got that YouTube video created, check out Opus.pro. We actually use this at Getida. I'm giving away a tip here in our marketing department. So Opus.pro is an AI video tool that repurposes long videos into short. So that's a really hot thing, right? TikTok is kind of like shorts. YouTube has shorts. Instagram has short type videos. So we actually are able to take a bunch of our videos and cut them into shorts and turn around and put them up on all social media. So now I'm not recreating new content. I'm just taking the current content and I'm able to change the formats into the format needed on an Instagram, a TikTok, and a YouTube Shorts type area. And a super cool program that we've been using for quite a while. Our marketing department loves it. So if you see any of our shorts on Instagram, you know what we made it with for Getida. And but that's a cool one to get started with. All right. Guest blogging. So guest blogging, there's again, blogs are always looking for content. Everybody, you notice a theme here. Everybody's looking for content, right? It's so cool when people can come and help you with content. And, you know, just like I'm helping out Orange Klik right now with their content and making a cool video and telling people about this great information, same thing. Blog sites need blog content. They always want to have that new content coming in, probably weekly is my guess. So write a guest post for relevant blogs. So in my case, kind of rewinding back, if I found these cool blog sites that were talking about camping or maybe 4x4 and going camping at the same time, I would go out and create a really cool blog article and send it to them or reach out to them and say, hey, I've got this great blog article I could give you. So ChatGPT, I probably could do a whole nother hour on ChatGPT. There's a lot of great information out there, but what I'm going to do is give you kind of a quick way to get ChatGPT. So on ChatGPT, there's a thing called, there's like basically a writing code, right? Like basically you have to put good content into ChatGPT to be able to get good content out, called prompting. And with this, there's a whole bunch of prompts that are already been written. I think it's over 4,000 already. So if you take a look at AIPRM, this is a Chrome plugin for ChatGPT, instantly gives you access to just over 4,000 already pre-written prompts. There's a bunch of them in there for blog posting. I actually had it write a blog post for Getida and went and took a look at it. And man, I would say it probably got it about 80% right. We went in there, edited the rest of it, and we've already posted a blog article up on our blog website for Getida using this AIPRM plugin. And again, it allows you to not have to totally learn ChatGPT and gives you a really good head start into kind of using it. Now, there's tons of other things ChatGPT does, and you can go ahead and do that on your own and take a look. There's lots of people doing great videos on how to use ChatGPT for Amazon, but I think this is a cool one for blogs. And take a look at AIPRM extension. So affiliates, again, just to kind of, influencers are different, right? Influencers already have their own channels. They have their own content. Affiliates, these are people you want to go out and find that maybe are going to help you promote your product or your brand. Could be affiliates that are either already in the industry. Maybe they're looking to get in the industry. Maybe they're in the industry that you didn't even know about that's actually related to your product or brand. So again, I would turn around and find some people that are interested. Maybe it's a person just starting and the camping stove, and they happen to have a YouTube channel. They're just getting going. Instead of me maybe paying them, I'd give them the stove and maybe set up something as an affiliate that, as long as they keep making content for me, they keep getting paid by being an affiliate. Now, that's going to be where it's able to basically, as they promote my product, my camping stove, they'll drive traffic back to my Amazon listing or maybe even my Shopify store, and they're going to get an affiliate payout every month based on how many sales I get. So that's a way to kind of keep those influencers going if you want to keep creating content. And especially the ones that are just getting started and they're trying to kind of like build up their channel, and you want to help them and they're helping you at the same time. So I would take a look at that. And then there's also a unique tracking link for your Amazon listing. So if you're looking for affiliates or want a better understanding of affiliate marketing, influencermarketinghub.com/affiliate-marketing-agencies. So there is actually affiliate agencies out there. Find the one that's right for you. Don't just go for the biggest one. Always look for the one that is very specific to what you're doing. All right. Amazon attribution. So let's say you got out and you got these affiliates, you want to drive them back to your Amazon listing, but you kind of want to track some of this information, these analytics. So Amazon attribution is already built into Amazon, and it will give you advertising and analytic measurements or data. So you could get that tracking code out to one of these affiliates, have them post a video, maybe down in the description, they have a link that goes to your Amazon listing. You're able to start seeing how well are they performing, how well are they doing driving these basically people to your Amazon listing to sell your products. And that's all already built into Amazon and your Seller Central account. You just need to go find it. I have to say, Amazon attribution did start kind of really basic. It's really building up, and I'm going to see, I already know and heard this is going to keep going. They're going to keep building on this Amazon attribution, adding more and more data in there, and more content you'll be able to look at as you're driving this external traffic. So keep looking at it. We do have, Amazon does have a show coming up here soon, and they may make an announcement more about this, or maybe it changes the made to it. I'll be at that event. So if they do, I'll be sure to send over some information about that or update my slides. So take a look at that. It's already in your Seller Central. Threads, here we go. We were talking about threads. Now, personally, haven't dove too deep into threads. I'm just starting to get going. This has only been out for a very short amount of time. There's already an AI program for it. So thread, BOIS.io, thread, BOIS.io, a tool to create viral thread headers with AI. So there's already one out there to help you with these headers and create AI headers for it. Don't have a ton of information on this, but I wanted to kind of stay relevant, make sure you guys are up to date on some of these cool things out there. So take a look at that. I'll always be looking for any other AI programs out there that'll help with threads, but check that one out. So let's get into this one more time. So that was kind of wrapping up a whole bunch of the AI programs and ways to drive external traffic. But if you're trying to drive that external traffic, sometimes some of these AI programs cost money. So what we've done is we set up a way to offset some of that cost in driving your outside traffic to your Amazon listings. And you get $400 in free FBA reimbursements by using the promo code OrangeClick, or visit Getida.com/OrangeClick. That'll give you $400. Now, just want to state real quick that Getida is not a month-to-month service. We're solely based on performance. So if we don't get you a refund back, it doesn't cost you any money. So if we spend 8 hours trying to get you a refund back from Amazon and Amazon still says no, it's not going to cost you a dime. So everybody's so used to seeing that, I got to pay X amount of dollars per month. $0 per month if we're not getting you anything back. Plus, we're giving the $400 for free. That does not, you don't have to sign a contract with us. That is our gift from us and OrangeClick to you to try out Getida. And after that $400, if you don't want to keep going, you're welcome to leave. Again, you're not locked into any contract, but I suggest go take advantage of that. We've always been big fans of OrangeClick and love doing things with them. So take a look at that $400 in free FBA reimbursements from Getida. And of course, if anybody is interested in downloading those slides I just did, or you missed something, or you want to go back, feel free to hit that QR code or go to the bit.ly link I set up for OrangeClick July 23. That will allow you to go download. I think I was off a little. We were going to do this in July. So I know this is showing a little bit later. We had a couple of little setbacks, but go ahead and scan that QR code. You can download the whole presentation I just did and recheck all those AI programs. And of course, if you want to get a hold of me or have any questions, it's just rob@getida.com. And I'm all over social media, either as Rob Stanley or Robbie Stanley. Feel free to hit me up and reach out. I'll do my best to help you with any of those programs and anything you need help with. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So
okay, cool. First question for you. Also,
Sure.
Thank you so much for giving us ideas to use so many different tools. I'm kind of eager to test some of those out myself as well. I wanted to ask first question about reimbursements, actually, because now we're kind of recording it before Q4 starts, and everybody kind of starts talking about Q4 more. So I wanted to ask, is it usual that during Q4 there are more reimbursements for Amazon sellers to get from Amazon as well, because there's more inventory moving, there may be more issues receiving inventory fully, or is it like kind of normal period for you when you compare with the rest of the year?
Yeah, so heading into Q4 and then also slightly into Q1, we'll call it like January, February, Q1, there is a lot of refunds and reimbursements. And as you stated, there's just a lot of inventory in the warehouse. Things can happen. I'll give a few scenarios here to just help everybody out on what we get refunds for. So for instance, let's say Amazon got all your product in the warehouse, and it's not uncommon for them to take that product from the warehouse and start distributing it throughout the United States or into different warehouses. Well, as they do that, things can happen, right? They pick up that pallet to move it over to the truck to turn it and send it to the next warehouse. And the guys on those those forklifts, they may bump into things, right? They might damage some of your products. So you are due a refund if they damage your products. Also, things like, let's say Amazon FBA ships out your product to a seller or to a buyer. The buyer gets that product. They get on chat and they're not super happy with it, or just they didn't want it anymore. They get a refund back. They get a label, but they never ship that item back to you. That happens. It happens all the time. If they don't ship that item back to you, Amazon owes you a refund back for that. So there's a couple quick scenarios right there. Same with, and I had this happen to me. I love to give this example. So I ordered this item and a bag of 10 came in. So the pick and pull guy accidentally grabbed the whole bag, which also means that when Amazon got it, they forgot to take it out of the bag. So all I did was literally took out my one product that I wanted and I shipped back the rest and got a refund label or a label. They ended up refunding me for the whole thing, but I figured, hey, I got the person back 9 of them to resell, and but that's another example. If Amazon messes up like that and grabs multiple items and ships them to the customer on accident, you're due a refund back. So if that customer kept all 9 or 10 of those, you're due back a refund for 9 of those. Now, the way it works, just to go into a little detail here, we get that price, that refund back at almost the retail value. It's like a blended retail value over a period of time, being that, sometimes you put items on sale, then you sell them at full price. So it's going to be a blended price, but we're going to get you a refund back at that. Now, Amazon is going to take their percentage as if it's sold in a case where it was lost or damaged. And then, of course, we charge a percentage only if we get you a refund back. The percentage is based on the money that's recovered. So whatever we recover for you, that's what you're going to get back. The way it works is Amazon's going to put that money back in your Seller Central account. You have a credit card on file with Getida. We charge that percentage once we see it. Everything has a assigned case number. So we see when that case number comes in, and then we charge you a percentage on your credit card. So quick tip, use maybe a credit card that you either get miles or points on, or maybe cash back. And then also don't forget to get that $400 at Getida.com/orange-click to give us a try. So that first $400 coming back in your Seller Central account will have no fees attached to it. Again, it's only percentage or fee if we get you money back. And that's it.
Sounds easy.
Yeah,
All right.
It does.
So going back to AI, I know Getida and you personally as well go to a lot of different events and you talk with a lot of different Amazon sellers. So since everything started with AI, what would you say, what are currently like the main topics Amazon sellers talk about in regards of AI, or where do they find it most useful for their Amazon business?
Yeah, there's been a couple. So I've actually been using ChatGPT before it really blew up. So I was actually on OpenAI quite a long time ago because it was one of the first ones. Actually, OpenAI was doing a lot of what Midjourney does now, right? So if you're not familiar with Midjourney, it's able to go in and I can describe a scene, put a bunch of things in there, and it just gives me this incredible image. So they had a thing called Dolly, and a friend of mine got me on Dolly, and then I saw this whole thing about ChatGPT, or basically what was the early version of ChatGPT, and was trying it out. So for Amazon sellers, though, everything I've kind of seen, a lot of Amazon sellers are using it for their titles. So if it's done correctly, AIPRM plugin, check out that AIPRM plugin, because by the way, there's already Amazon specific listing tools in there, or prompts that you could use. So you could have it generate a bunch of different titles for you, and using certain keywords. So if you know that, hey, these keywords rank really high, maybe on your Amazon PPC, you could also use those in your title, and it'll generate a bunch of titles with those keywords in it, and then you can pick which one is the best. I'm also seeing a lot of Amazon sellers use it for their bullet points. So they're using it to create these bullet points. So they'll put in a big giant description they have of their product and tell ChatGPT, they'll ask ChatGPT to create these bullet points, the top 10, let's say, bullet points for their product. Switching away slightly from ChatGPT, I would also take a look at, there's a lot of AI integration going into testing your different images. So being able to test your images one against the other. So there's several companies out there. I'm not going to name specifically because I'm not sure that they've announced that they're doing AI in the background yet. So there's several different companies out there that will help you kind of do A/B testing on your images. And there is a lot of AI integration starting to go in behind the scenes to help you with that. And those are always great to do. So yeah, ChatGPT is where everybody kind of starts first. And that's great for your listings, your descriptions, your bullet points, maybe even coming up with keywords. Me personally, I use it a lot for YouTube. So a lot for my videos that we put out for Getida, or even the videos I put out for, let's say, the Solonomics podcast I have. I'll have it rewrite the title. I'll have it rewrite the description for me. I'll even have it create the keywords that I use in my YouTube description, and it's doing really well. So that's what I see going on right now with Amazon sellers when it comes to AI.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the update. And also thank you for joining me today to share the list of the previous ideas as well, together with the tool names, so that sellers could test them out by themselves as well. So yeah, thanks so much for your time. If anyone is interested to learning more in what Getida does, Rob already gave an overview, but there is also a link in the description. You can go and learn more. And I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to get in touch with Getida, you'll find the link below in the description. They can help you to get and claim money from Amazon, which Amazon owes you as an Amazon seller. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video which will show you how you can generate more clicks to your Amazon product without spending money on PPC.